I remember as a kid, I used to gulp down cookies like there was no tomorrow. Like two cookies in the morning and then like three cookies in the afternoon. I would eat so many of them. I remember I drank soda, and not often, but I would drink soda with some dinner and it would feel awesome, like having some soda after dinner. I remember I used to love candy as well. I used to like Airheads especially. I remember my first piano teacher always gave me Airheads. Always, every single class. I would eat so much sugar. And then I remember like years ago, a year ago probably, I found out that sugar was bad for you, and so I quit it. But I didn't, until recently, I didn't know why it was bad for you. I just heard that it was bad for you and your health, and I'm like, okay. And I slowly but surely got off of it. But until recently, I just didn't know why it was bad for you. And I feel that if I knew why it was so bad for you, it would have been so much easier to actually get off of it. And so I hope this video helps you understanding why sugar is bad for you and why I don't actually use it. So also just so you know, I didn't get beat up. It's just a rug burn. I do jujitsu. I didn't get beat up, I swear. But okay, back to the video. So you have two hormones. You have leptin and insulin. So leptin is blocked by insulin, and leptin is actually your hunger hormone. So whenever leptin is released, your brain feels like it's full. Like your brain is getting told that you don't need to eat anymore, you're good. And insulin blocks that. And insulin is released whenever you eat sugar, right? And specifically stuff like fructose. That's the biggest killer. Fructose. So think about it. Whenever you eat sugar, your brain like releases insulin because you just have higher sugar in your blood, right? So you release insulin, and insulin has two purposes. First is blocking leptin in the brain, and second is actually storing the sugar as fat. So whenever you eat sugar, you're storing fat by the sugar, and also you're wanting to eat more because your brain can't get the signal that it's full. And so that's where binge eating comes from as well. Your brain can't tell that it's full, and so you want to keep eating, especially by the fact that sugar is also addictive. And so not only is your brain hooked on sugar, but your brain also just wants to eat more in general because leptin is blocked. And then also all the food that you eat is getting put into fat, either like fat in like near your body or in your belly, or even worse in your liver. And that's what happens when you eat sugar, specifically fructose. This is like high fructose corn syrup or sucralose, stuff like that. Like not real sugar, not glucose. Glucose is what you need. And so whenever I say sugar, I'm not saying glucose. Glucose is, you literally need glucose to live. I'm not telling you to stop eating glucose. I'm telling you that fructose, sucralose, like all those sugar additives, they're not real sugar. Those are horrible for you. They're absolutely horrible. And that's why you don't want to eat them. Also, they damage your gut. So it's not only that they store fat and make you more likely to be fat, but they literally damage your gut so that your gut, like the lining gets damaged by the fructose because it can't really digest the fructose. So it's just horrible for you. All in all, it's horrible for you. And yet, because it's so addicting, because it's literally everywhere, it's so hard to stop it. Like it's literally poison, but it's put into everything. The way I quit sugar was slowly but surely getting rid of one thing at a time. So this is progressively deloading my sugar intake. So the very first thing that I quit whenever I try to quit sugar was I quit soda. All soda. I never drink diet soda, but diet soda is also bad for you. So I quit soda. And also, side note, even though sugar is bad for you, sweeteners are also equally bad. Yeah, you can't escape it. Either you eat something sweet and you are unhealthy, or you just eat normal food. Sweeteners on your, like, think about it, on your tongue. Your tongue tastes something sweet, right? It can't differentiate between like monk fruit and sugar. It just tastes something sweet, and so insulin is released. You can't escape it with sweeteners. Plus, a sweetener is a chemical as well, so you don't really know what's happening with chemicals. I just don't like chemicals in general, but you can't escape it. You just can't even he can't eat anything sweet anymore. It sucks. But back to how I quit it. I just went one thing at a time. You can't completely quit sugar because it's too much. Truthfully, it's too much. You can't just quit it. Especially like I was eating it for years. Like my whole childhood I was eating it. Think about it. It's such an ingrained addiction and plus it's everywhere. So completely quitting it, the cold turkey is impossible. But slowly but surely getting rid of things. So soda was the first thing. After I quit soda, I stopped eating chips. And by the way, chips aren't really sugary, but still they're processed food. I just don't want to eat it. After chips, I went on to like stuff like pastries, like muffins, bagels, like stuff like that. That's like sweet. And then after that, I went after my beloved cookies, right? After, and slowly but surely, right, I got rid of sugar. I got rid of everything. I started drinking water. Started eating normal food. And slowly but surely, I just waned off of sugar. And once you do that, I don't even crave sugar anymore because I just slowly but surely increased my or decreased my sugar intake, but increased the amount of normal food I was eating to the point where I don't even crave sugar anymore. I see a cookie in front of me, I don't want to eat it. I don't want to eat it, literally. I don't have that thing where my mouth starts watering whenever I see a cookie in front of me. I'm not like that because slowly but surely, again, it's like an addict. I just slowly but surely stopped using it until the point where I don't even want it anymore. I don't crave it. I'm not addicted. And that's honestly the most realistic way you can do it, especially since even in things you don't think has sugar in it. Like probably some yogurt you have has added sugars. And if anything has added sugars in general processed food as well, but especially foods that have added sugars in them, like check the nutrition label, those are horrible for you. Don't eat them. And again, slowly but surely, wane off of sugar until the point where you don't even want it anymore. And then you're good. You're good. It's so easy once you just slowly but surely get off of it.